Welcome back to another Spot On Chat. I'm Rebecca Monet with Zorakle Profiles. Zorakle provides profiling tools to franchisors and franchise consultants to help facilitate a right fit between a prospective franchisee and a franchise concept. So today I have with me Tom Porterfield of Porterfield and Company. Tom is a CPA. He's also the president and CEO there. And his kind of primary focus is in helping businesses, including franchises, to become financially successful. So welcome back, Tom.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. It's good to see you.
Our last conversation was so fascinating. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the recording again. So if anybody missed that, go check it out. But I have another question for you. You live in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I know this is, you weren't raised there, you were raised elsewhere. But tell me about some of your hobbies and your passions in your life.
Oh, gosh. Well, we talked a little bit, earlier about one, and I don't do this as much as I should, but, hunting and fishing outdoors, I truly enjoy the outdoors. I was pretty active with my oldest son in Boy Scouting, and that was really good for me. It changed my life. It made me a lot healthier person as a result of it, and just really gave me an opportunity to get back into our community. And we still see some of the boys that were in his troop now and then, and just a great bunch of kids. They were really tight. Those boys were really tight in that group, and it was really good to see them develop and everything. But overall, outdoors, when I first moved to Arkansas, I had never been hunting, ever. I had fished a lot, but I had never been hunting. And I have a friend, Kevin, and one night it was right before Zach was born, actually. So I'll tie this into the story. So it was it would have been May 31st, I think, of 96. And we had Kevin and his wife over for hamburgers. And Kevin said, "Hey, you want to go hit the river and fish?" And because Kevin loved to trout fish, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. So we went out that evening and floated the White River. And when I got home, Susie was actually in pain, sitting on the couch crying. And I think within 24 hours we had
a baby.
Yeah, we did. It may have been June 1st, actually, because Zach was born June 2nd. But he was premature. We ended up, Susie had preeclampsia, HELLP syndrome, and was really sick. And he was born premature at 24 weeks.
Wow.
And he's great. So I'll wrap that up into the story as well. But Kevin and I had this relationship, and he had I think he had probably had both of his boys. Well, no, I think his oldest, I think Tracy had their next, after Zach was born. But Kevin asked me, he said, "Do you want to go hunting sometime?" And I had never been invited to go hunting by anyone. My dad didn't hunt. My grandfather did as a kid, out on the plains of Oklahoma. And I had I had an old 22 of his and a shotgun, but I didn't have anything to hunt with, I can tell you that. And Kevin said, "Why don't let's go deer hunting. Let's go down on the Buffalo River, and we'll camp out, some other guys, and we'll go deer hunting in the fall." And I was pretty excited because I'd never hunted. I'd shot 22s and stuff growing up, but I'd never hunted. And so Kevin got me into hunting, and we've hunted all kinds of things, whether it's deer or turkey. Kevin and I, killed turkeys together, and we've duck hunted, and recently we've done some upland bird hunting together. But we moved away, from where Kevin lived, and Kevin and Tracy lived, and then but our boys our boys have gotten to know each other over the years, and they've hunted together. They've grown up hunting together because of the relationship that Kevin and I have. And Kevin and I, we see each other once in a while, and we talk once in a while, but we weren't going hunting every weekend, for several years. But it was good to see our boys get together and get to know one another and have friendships. And so that was really cool. And, the thing that's really special about it is, my son, Zach, who I mentioned, kind of at the start of the story, how all this kind of happened. My son, Zach, he graduated from Kansas State in this past December, and he is employed in habitat management, and he has a real passion, a real desire, though, to become a game warden.
Wow.
And yeah, so he had 2 internships with Arkansas Game and Fish, and he's done some work in Kansas with the state system doing habitat management, now working for a private company doing habitat management. But he still has a real strong desire to become a game warden, whether it's in Kansas or Arkansas or wherever. But he wouldn't have, he would not have had that, I don't think, had Kevin not asked the question, hey, do you want to go hunting sometime?
Yeah. And this hunting trait, my son is a hunter who then passed it on to his daughter and his son, and now they have a 3-year-old. So I'm sure Silas, my 3-year-old grandchild, will someday be a hunter too. But it really is something that's passed down from generation to generation. You didn't have that opportunity, and Kevin brought it into your life later. But that then put your son on this course that likely would have never happened had you not had that door open.
Oh, absolutely. It's just really crazy to think about how, things get intertwined in your life, how relationships and things happen in your life at different times and so forth. And yeah, it's just, it's incredible to think about.
Yeah. Life is indeed a tapestry, and we never know. The end result is probably similar to what my shirt looks like, how people cross our lives and bring, color to it and interests and ideas and insight that we would never have on our own. I'm really big on a relationship, that this is what we are meant to be in relationship. And secondly, I'm big on learning new things, to stepping out of our comfort zone. And when we have folks like Kevin in our lives that make us think a little differently or behave or do something that we normally wouldn't do. I had a similar experience with a friend who has become a maniac about pickleball, right? And I didn't even know what a pickleball was, right? And she goes, oh, you're gonna love it. And sure enough, I got on the court with her, and all of a sudden I was like crazy addicted. But had I not had that friendship, I would never have. It's not like I'm going to look up sports to do when you're an old lady. I would have to be introduced to it. And now with my broken femur, I'm not playing pickleball, but quickly it became an obsession. I don't think I'll make it a career like your son did. With the gaming and the habitat, supporting the habitat. But what a great story. Thank you for sharing that, Tom.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, so we're going to wind this conversation up, and I'm going to have you back for another Spot On chat.
Oh, that sounds great.